Hello there and welcome to a bit of Spyro the Dragon. Hope you're all having a pleasant time. In the previous part we had completed the Magic Crafters world, and now we're going into the Beastmakers. We've just done Metalhead and we've done Treetops. So now I'm just going to reset my timer. And we're going to have a nice saunter through these areas now. I am recording this immediately after the second part of the series. So we're on part 3 right now, and at least I hope you're keeping count now, because I'm not. We're going to have a gay old time once more. So we're in Misty Bog, and one of the kind of things here is that there are a lot of trappers. This guy's jumping to joy. No blood on his dagger. Makes a pleasant change. Freeing the chickens doesn't really do anything for us. There's no benefit to it other than really to treat them like the fodder that they are, and that's you get to get butterflies and things like that. I'm sorry, my head's not really in it right now. 5 minutes after recording the previous session. That's one of the good things about this, is that I don't have to wait for the Elgato to render it, and then I've got to do it for Sony Vegas. Oh shit! Is I could probably do the entire Let's Play today, but I don't get to read your comments and engage with my audience. You should fucking tell me to. Never mind about making, good content. It's all going to be engaging now. It's a fucking free-to-play game. Jesus. Anyway, yes, just have a quick listen to the music. And it's exactly the same as the PAL version. Now it bears a lot of similarities to the credits thing, except for the upcoming part that I dare call the chorus. Actually, no, that's quite simple. And the crashing guitar as well. I love that, which would be a theme in Spyro 2's music. And they'd sort of go away from a lot of the charms.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Apologise if there's any problems with the audio. I've just judged the cable there. Roscoe, I don't like what it is. I've run the answer. And also as well, Roscoe's design is very different to the others. In this lobby, it talked about consistency, saying, "Oh yeah, this lobby not only has consistent dragon designs, but it's also my favourite ones that happen." Loving the house there. I think it's the only one of its type in this entire map. And now I don't know why there's so many things in this game that just go, there's like so many unique parts of it. God, fuck. This is the hardest part of this level. I dare say it's one of the hardest parts of the game. This is guaranteed to kill you. Okay? I kid you not. Because those things can attack while you're charging, and you get no invulnerability frames or anything like that. You are fucked when you go. No ifs, no buts, only buts. Oh yeah, I think this guy kills the chicken as well. Jeeps for joy, leaps for joy. I don't really need to kill all of these at the front, but also that delay in the between flame breath, well not delay, but pause between flame breath, the sort of, I guess, global cooldown if you will, is a lot more noticeable here than in any other level, because they can attack a lot faster than you. I'm literally getting licked by freaking attack frogs. But at least that's done, and by saving here, they won't respawn, I don't think.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age. No. Why, I remember... gotta go.
I do believe in the Reignite trilogy that character there was an alchemist of some sort. That's what I just remembered. One of the things about doing this series is that I'm going to have to do a lot of levels that I don't like. And will probably like even less than the Reignite trilogy. Oh boy. I get to do the alchemist again! Joy of joys. Fuck. Oh god. He did have a cool voice. Speaking of which, I was told as well that Clancy Brown, who I really like as an actor and voice actor, I think he's fantastic. He did the voice of Cortex and Crash Bandicoot. He did the voice of a lot of characters in Spyro, because we talked about that in part 1 as well.
Thank you for releasing me.
That's quite alright, Zeke. One of my favourite voices and voice lines and character models there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I quite like Clancy Brown, so he was, yeah. Now I must check who did the voice of the alchemist, because as much as I hate that level, I do enjoy his voice acting. Oh, shit. I put that in the reach. Also as well, one of the fun parts of the level, you still get the gem even though the let's say warthog, but it's got wings on the back. I think. I don't know why. Now, yeah, so you get the gems when they've slain them. Sorry, I'm a bit quiet. Like I said, my head's not quite in it. I don't know why, because I want to record, but I don't know. It's probably just that I need to have a shower because it's going to be the last time I have one for the next however many days the builder's here working on the bathroom. That means I've got to live with my musty scent.
What to do with those creatures.
Fantabulous.
Smash
I don't
them,
mind, but
Spyro. Stamp them out and squish them and
I'm
squash them.
fully aware that other people are aware of it as well.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
Boba is one of my favourite dragons there. Where's the dialogue? Stop. Unfortunately, I'm not listening to the audio, and I'm having enough trouble concentrating at all. Yep, that's what we got here. Now I love this. I love that they made these sort of, because I think it's because this here, it's sort of cracked and ruined and you know, in tatters, and I love this because it contradicts the patterns that we've sort of seen before. I mean, they've tried to make textures around it, but I don't know why. It should look as though it's, you know, broken brick, but I mean, maybe that was what they were trying to do here. They're trying to make it look like pebbles or something like the remnants of the temple sort of clinging to themselves, but yeah, it's like, it just goes against all the patterns and all the symmetry that we've seen before. So yeah, it's like, I quite like that they've tried to sort of break their own, I dare say, OCD. If I can say it there. Yeah. Excuse me. 500 gems, I was going to say. 4 out of 4 dragons and 0 eggs because there's no more left. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not too talkative about this one. I just really haven't got much to say. Misty Bog's a decent enough level, but very basic. You know, not the most clever designs to the level, I will say. It's clever. The level design itself is clever, but the area around it, the sort of surrounding areas, are not brilliant. It's like the environmental details, I think is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Now this is Wild Flight, which is one of my top levels of Spyro the Dragon. I love this level, and it's partly because the music's fantastic. Let me just listen actually to see if it's any different. No, it's no different. First time where you'll really want to sort of take things head on to guarantee that time. I don't think I've won this one, to be honest, because I've messed around that much. Yeah. I could use a backflash. Shit. No. Not gonna work. I completely cocked up the order anyway. So this is one of my top 10 models in Spyro the Dragon, because first of all the environmental design is fascinating. The lighting here, brilliant, awesome. I get that it's a jumbled mess of assets. You've got the crystals, you've got the machinery, you've got the sort of the water, with the all kinds of stuff doesn't really work, and I think there's some things that could have been removed. Like I just sort of think the way that the crystals do the level more bad than good. But I sort of like the implications of it. I said in the video that it reminds me of like man versus machine. The conflict of man versus machine, in that you've got all these technical things, like you've got these metal bridges. The walls here are metal with a lot of probably hardly energy saving light bulbs. You've got the then you've got the water and things like that. I don't know how the water's sort of. I don't know how the water's like that. I can't really explain it. But why is the water going down like that? It's like I can understand if there's a waterfall, but then it's here. There's no additional source of water. So how is it doing it? I can't explain it. I'm an idiot. But yeah, I like it. I like the setting a lot. It's very busy. And that's more than can be said for any other speedway. It's like you don't really see. I mean, you'll see this thing like Metro Speedway, but I don't know. I sort of suggest even that maybe the inspiration for Metro Speedway comes from this area. Where's this next plane? There we go. But I fucked up. I'm normally quite good at this speedway, but it's quite difficult. Because it is rather chaotic. It's like you've got to find one thing and sort of stick with it, but at the same time it throws so much temptation your way. And the routes you can take as well. There's so many routes you can take. It sort of just encourages you to throw everything into your face. Yes, I love the design here. It is terrific. I've just seen it actually reused these little metal arches there. There's a lot of raw arches that'll be used for the arches in Harbour Speedway. That's where I bring the arches there. So other kinds of arches that we have used. Sorry, I'm blathering on. Showing off. Plane, good, out of here. I have a shit with this chest. I'm going to show that back there. Ground. Oh, that was sort of pointless. Didn't save me much time, really. But hey, if it wins the race, I'll attribute it to that. How's that sound? I don't know where it was, but I missed it. Well, I failed it, and therefore I'll attribute it to the spin there. Shit again. Oh god, it's all gone to cock now. Let's see if we can find something here. Yeah, you really do need to be facing them head on because they're not. Spin around again. Whoa! Into a wall. And I haven't got enough time. Die. I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, I can sort of feel in my head the not concentrating. I don't know what's weighing my mind down. Still eating. I haven't had any breakfast yet. The thought of bacon is tearing me away from the game. I think what's really distracting me is the thought of finishing, this series, this sort of, getting Spyro done. Spyro 1 done, and I can move on to 2 tomorrow. Also, I'm worried about hard drive space as well, because I need to be able to install Sonic 2 Sonic Racing tomorrow. So my first impression no, not first impression, so I need to have my review footage ready. And then I've got to think about uploading these before then, so I can work on my hard drive, and then move on to the first impressions video. And I've got to then worry about Spyro 2 Gateway to Corner as well as Sonic 2 Gateway to Corner. Come on, please end this level because I really don't have much more to say. That was very, very time efficient indeed. 15 seconds left on the clock. Boom, yakka sham, as they say. Thank Christ for that. New record. I do not want to try again, thank you. Check the comments on the way back. At least the sound texture in Peacekeepers isn't so bright that it's blinding like Reunited. Yes, I think that's all the comments read pretty much. Yeah, I agree with that generally. So, yeah. Right, moving on to the next bit of the lobby now. So we are going to Terrace Village, and I think that's it. Yeah, just Terrace Village. God, that was fast. Now, if I'd spent just a little bit extra time in the previous part, we might have only had to do 3 parts of this series, but oh well, it's more Spyro, technically, if you have 8 parts instead of 4, even though you're covering the same amount of content. Well, technically all the failures count as extra Spyro as well. But just listen to this. Sounds exactly the same as the PAL version. Am I playing the American version, or what? I don't know. Well, anyway. But I'm pretty sure the music is different in Terrace Village. I can't imagine it'll be any different in the Dream Weavers. Maybe it's the version of the NTSC version I'm playing, I don't know. But I know there's so many songs that are in different versions of the game, and I must check Crystal Fishers and other channels again to sort of hear these songs. So Terrace Village, I think, is one of the most faithful designs to the Beastmaker's world. That it really does feel a lot more sort of tribal. But it also has the patterns as well, the signature patterns. And it sort of does, like back here, you do see these sort of military influences in keeping their land safe. Unless maybe it was the Norks that made that.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
It really stinks. You couldn't say, and it's shocking. You wanker. Anyway. So the hints. Anyway, the hint here is the Norks here have harnessed the power of electricity, which we've discovered, 2 segments of the map back. This was the first enemy we encountered in the lobby. That's one criticism I have to level. Like I was saying in the first part, that a lot of the hints will be unnecessary at the beginning of the game. But depending on which levels you take, but then you get things like that where, well, yeah, of course they've harnessed electricity. I've just come across them. I don't even need you to tell me that to know that they use electric attacks.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
I always loved how Spyro's head just inflates when he sort of has to emphasise a point at the end of his sentence. Is influxes, is it? Is that the correct term? I don't know. Trying to think of something else to say, really. Oh yes, the map. You can quite clearly see where it ends down there. Yeah, the ooze just sort of trails off. Yeah. I must give that to the Reignited trilogy. They at least try to provide better backgrounds and sort of continuity, I guess, to the sort of environmental storytelling and whatnot. But even so, a lot of it I don't like, and even then, it's like some of it will just never replace as the Spyro fans said in part 1, the charms of the environmental storytelling and design of the game. So you're just never going to be able to replace that. I mean, a lot of people attribute that to nostalgia, and I mean, fine. Ooh, just want to say, beautiful patterns on here. It's more stone, and you see, I don't know why stone's conducting electricity really well in this instance. I know it's supposed to be like metal, but it's fucking stone. Metal doesn't crack like that. You can dent it, I mean, I suppose you can have punctures in metal and things like that, but even then, oh, fuck this, I'm arguing stupid. Look, okay, I mean, then again, in the many holy text of Spyro the Dragon, it does say that some stones can be a good electrical conductor, and then therefore, that was one of the weaknesses of many sort of metal-plated warriors during the many sieges of Twilight Harbor. So yeah. Anyway, I was talking about nostalgia, yes, and I've completely forgot the point I was making. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is going to sell purely on nostalgia, and I completely disagree. I mean, of course I would. First of all, I am like the biggest fan of it. But second of all, the game has held up incredibly well. So yeah, I don't know what point I'm thinking. I'm sorry this part is so bad. It should be a lot better. I just don't really have many fun, trivial things to say about the game at the moment. It's the same as really a lot of other levels I've encountered. It's like it's just fine. I haven't much to say. I can't think of anything to say about the skybox, and actually this one's quite suitable for the level. Again, loving the lighting there actually. I can't think of things to say then. But other than that, no, not really. I love how the sort of gloop down there has always sort of been consistent throughout the levels, even in Misty Bog, where it's the gloop, the swamp juice, has sort of been, you know, even with it being a different colour, it still matches the aesthetic of the Beastmaker's homeworld. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, I have to say it's one of the best designed lobbies. I really should have added it to my top 10 the more I think about it. And the music's fantastic as well. Always like the music from the Beastmakers. Very, sometimes, I think possibly more subtle than some of the other songs. Like, you'll notice in the Dreamweavers that the music gets very excitable. In in the Magic Crafters world, if ever I said Wizard Peak instead of Magic Crafters, it's a mistake I make on the regular show, and I do apologise for it. Oh yeah, these plants can be flamed as well, but to no benefit to really anyone, so that's good. Now, I thought they shook the leaves to remove the soot like they did in Clifftown, but they don't. Riveting commentary, I realise. I forgot the point I was talking about earlier. My brain's not with it today, I'm sorry. Oh yes, with the Magic Crafters you notice a lot more whimsical music, Dreamweaver's a lot wackier. Here it's... here it's a lot more subtle. It's almost like jungle drums really, which is quite suitable. But that's actually kind of a loose interpretation really. I'm making a stretch there. So we're going to the Dreamweavers world now. I haven't got any comments to read, so we're winging it as usual. Sorry, I'm just bracing myself. You can see what I mean about the level design getting weird. It gets weirder than this, if you can imagine such a thing. Now, the first thing I want to point out is, because I've got a fair few things to say about this, the houses, like the walls sort of cave in and concave and droop. And you'll notice as well later on as we get closer to some of these buildings, the sort of peaks, the spires, they sort of they too sort of wilt, like as though they're not really sort of almost like really they're made of rubber or something like that, you know, or no, not even like they're melting almost. It's quite a horrific thought, really, but yeah, it's well, this is a very horrific level, I suppose. So there's a lot of gimmicks just for this homeworld itself. Oh God almighty. The textures don't really seem to like it either. So one of the gimmicks here is that we've seen this guy, he's called a clock fool. I didn't check the wiki for this either. I'm surprised this is why I'm not concentrating, because I'm trying to remember the names of these things. This is a clock fool. You strike the clock fool, and he brings down that thing. Then he runs away, and that happens there. He's completely harmless as well.
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds alright to me.
So we've got another dragon model and another sort of unique sounding voice here. What level is that there? That's Haunted Towers. Almost as good as Alton Towers. I've never been to Alton Towers, I'm not really a theme park fan myself. I like theme park games and Sims and whatnot, but no, not really big fan of them. No, too loud, crowded, and expensive. Dark passage there, matron. So another gimmick as well. Oh shit! As we just saw, that is there is a fool with a beam there. He's got a cannon, and it completely harmless to us, but it re-biglifies and smallificates all the creatures in the land. So, this creature here was originally small, but now it's large, so therefore we can't strike it. With charge, we have flame. Now these guys here, can't charge them, because, rather ladies here, can't be charged because they're too big. So we have to get the helmet cannon, charge these, and go down there small. Only for a short time, before eventually the fool over there with the cannon decides to rebiglify them. So now we're going to unbiglify them with the cannon. I have to say it's a very ornate looking cannon. I love how they've got a little scope on there as well. Not that you really want to have your face right up to a cannon when it fires. As we sort of saw there, if Spyro was at the back, he might have been losing a few teeth. Oh. So while that enemy was dying, I managed to like sort of keep them up in the air by charging them, even though they were dead. Interesting. Again, loving the patterns, loving the stonework here. It looks new, it looks well maintained, despite its loopiness. Unlike in the Reignited trilogy, and to be fair, a lot of modern games where the stone's cracking and the plaster's chipped and all that.
While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
Oh, piss off. Now, there is something near here that I am looking forward to seeing. Deceptive viewers may remember it if they won't turn mad when I did the Reignited trilogy. So we go up these stairs here. I realise I'm missing the gems leading up to Jacques, we'll get there eventually. I wanted to follow off on that point about the sort of condition of the buildings. Okay. Nothing there. Oh well, worth a try. But yeah, that looks very different to what it does in the Reignited trilogy. Gets a different response from charging it too. Just saying. I want to talk about condition of things. Like in armour, I can't stand armour in World of Warcraft when it's dented and scratched. Like, can we just have one thing that isn't, like that? Like, can we maybe have that as an option? Like, maybe have the, the dents and the scratches and the slash marks and the, where arrows of denting can't be pulled out and anything like that. The ripped chainmail, can that maybe be an effect that we apply to armour rather than just like just keep it as it is? So then just have it like that all the time. That'd be nice. That'd be nice if I could apply mud to my coattails and things like that. But no, you gotta have these certain ways. Like, ripped cloaks is one of the things that people really want in World of Warcraft since like Arthur's had his.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Now, there are some, I think I noticed some gems. I wouldn't be surprised if I missed these because I missed them all the time. Is if we go around the back here. Aha! Aha! We've got gems. 300 out of 300 gems. So let's do a level. And that world dig. I should take a bit longer than the others. A fascinating building. Truly amazing. Definitely worthy of It's got a dark passage. I love the skybox here. Absolutely astonishing. Oh shit, I've just realised what dark passage is. Oh god, I hated this one in the Very Natural Trilogy because I couldn't find where I wanted to really go. What gems were missing? Because of all the too fine details. Now, similar to the Clock Fool or the Rebiglifier and the Smolificator, is we have the Lantern Fools there. So when the light is on, the creatures are much more easy to deal with. So you've got these dogs here. Whereas with the turtles there, they go big, very aggressive, very evil, and very hard to kill. The large ones in it as well have teeth all around their mouths, on the inside of their lips as well. It's like in a circle rather than just like a top.
The enemy here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather play the fool.
The fool.
Now you're thinking.
Again, you're telling me this after I've just defeated them. I'm loving these patterns on the wall here. I'll just deal with this devil here. Or evil Cupid. I don't know why. This sort of looks like it belongs in some kind of Atlantean setting. City of Atlantis. Reminds me of the Naga from World of Warcraft, which some sort of very Greek influence. Ancient Greek. Actually, I don't know Greek influence. I'm sorry I took a lot of World of Warcraft. That shouldn't really take my mind. I'm overly interested in resubbing to it. Oh, come on, Sparks. Just get the Sonic doesn't fine. Thank you. So they can still bite you and still do damage in their small form, but in their large form, they're quite dangerous. Ooh, just got it. Oh, okay. Bad, not bad. Dog really gets up your arse there, but at least he relents. Ah, shit. Much like the plants in Misty Bog. I didn't demonstrate that, but yes, they can do that to you as well.
Thank you for releasing me.
I don't know what he said. Probably thank you for releasing me. I can hear it in everything. I must admit, I love how the lighting affects the tiles as well. You've got black tiles there, you've got beautiful red tiles and the cream floor. It's a solid and the purple. Oh, right, it's good. This is what I mean about the drooping towers and this kind of stuff. It's so fucking mental. If you get close to the edge there, we can see. Oh, horrible. And yeah, like, lovely. Go. You can't kill these guys, they're totally harmless, and all they really do is I think I've said that about 5 times. Sure. Those arrows have blood on the end. Again. I mean, I've just noticed that, okay, fine, I could understand that for swords, maybe, or any sort of melee weapon, but arrows, that would imply that they're using the arrows again, unless they're already dipping them in blood to start off with.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nork.
That's me, all right.
But that probably doesn't do anything for the penetrating power, especially when we are talking about a dragon here that has, you know, a rather thick hide. And a magic dragonfly to protect them. Yes, I realise that I'm taking this far too seriously once more, but still. I know I should just shut up and enjoy it, but I can't do that. I can't just swim my disposal. I mean, I will you know, offer some small mercies to, you know, children of course, and fine, you know, and this is a children's game at the end of the day. But still. You know, no, when it comes to like adult fantasy, or even just like, he's going to turn his lights off, is he? Those tortoises or turtles, they have a strong, like quite fast range attack. But yes, when it comes to like sort of teenage and adult fiction, that's what I like now. I can't to sweat my disbelief. I've got to have not realism, but or authenticity, but like or accuracy rather. I want it to be authentic. I don't like. It annoyed me in World of Warcraft with the burning of Teldrassil. I can't believe the strategic and tactical incompetence. Not to mention, well, how did Deathwing not burn out Teldrassil? I'm sorry, I'm going way too much off track.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate being trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one who's gonna be trapped is him.
Spyro's not very good at these insults. I mean, like, I know what they wanted to do with Spyro. They wanted to, you know, sort of have their own, like, you know, Insomniac wanted to make their own Sonic the Hedgehog with his attitude and things like that. You know, they wanted to make an edgy, you know, console mascot kind of character with personality and bite, and you know, be a real threat and be down with the kids. You know. But it doesn't quite work. And even with the change of voice acting, which I don't think really helps matters, Spyro wasn't much cooler. You know? I think Spyro might have been better as a charmer rather than a rad dude.
Thank you for releasing me.
Don't know what he said. No, this is a bit inspired here. It looks like a terrain from Warhammer or something. At least the terrain I used to buy. Oh shit. Now that seems like a too small a number of gems. I don't know if this chest over here is going to make up for it. And if it doesn't, that means this whole thing's fucked because I've got to navigate this whole mess of a level again. I like the firework animation there. I'm not sure if that was in the Reignited trilogy. Ah, shite! Do I have a key? No, right, that's complicated things then. Right, let's go. Okay, I'm going to do the obscure route again. Because, I mean, this is another one of those levels where it's like, you kind of need to have, you need to be really lucky with your camera placement to discover this, or you have to watch a walkthrough or something like that. There we go. Oh, that's massively up. So now, things are a little simpler next to what we're looking for. It's 2 gems. 2 gems, okay. So we'll go there. If not, we'll just have to keep moving. But yeah, this is one of those really like Metalhead or Treetops. This is one of those levels that's a pain in the ass for collecting everything. I keep seeing the glimmer of gems everywhere. It might just be textures fucking around. Also, you. That's weird. That's really weird. Huh. It's a sliding animation like it's Doom or Duke Nukem. Which, you know, to be fair, you know, a lot of games around this time, you know, didn't look as good as this, so I'm not surprised that Spyro's borrowed a few things. It wouldn't be like later games where the water would be, like the second or third game where the water would be a bit more advanced. Swim in it. That's what I can bring on Spyro with actually. Oh yeah, because this is a dome, and you need to exit through the whirligig, the vortex at the end. There's a hole there to like escape. Good. I don't remember that in the Reignited trilogy. I'm not saying it wasn't there. I just don't remember it. These last 2 gems. Ah, fuck me, right there. Or at least it's easier getting back now. I could just exit. But no, I'm going to do this properly. Oh, I forgot to ask the questions as well in the previous part. So much for consistency. So in the previous part, I should have asked the question to the community: what is your favourite flight or speedway? That was the first question. I don't know what the second one would have been, but for this part, I must ask a question. I don't know. I mean, this one's going to be a bit harder to answer, I think, for both of us. Favorite enemy, perhaps, in Spyro 1? Favorite enemy? Because I mean, I need to answer the first question. What was my favorite flight? I mean, I really do like Sunny Flights, but it's a bit of a pain in the arse because of the trains, and that determines where I'm going to go next. And then I go for the chests, which getting out of that cave is pretty hard, so that's a good one to leave to last. Goodness, I'm trying to think of all this. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. Never noticed that before. Never noticed how nice it looked before. That's cool. Yeah, the sort of vortex there. Yeah, you notice that actually these textures are cut up into quadrants. You can just sort of see the lines there where the texture begins and ends. So that's nice. Same here as well. It's like they all enter a circle. But yeah, favourite flight would have to be. I mean, I still like Wild Flight. Night Flight's nice and good though. A bit difficult to navigate with the chance of bumping up against the lighthouses. Crystal Flight is a bit too slow for my liking. Not enough stuff going on in every beat. Particularly with the planes, you kind of got to chase after them and really get them. So Wild Flight is still remaining my favourite. We've got a flight coming up here in this lobby that it was difficult in the Reunited Trilogy, but honestly I think that would be my favourite flight here if it weren't for Wild Flight, because there's a lot more beats, and the beats are more rhythmic. So it's like you're going one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing completes, and the next thing, the next thing, the next. It's the tempo's perfect. I realise I sort of equate everything to music, really. I don't like saying consistent all the time, though. But yeah, it's strange because I can't read music, not anymore. I used to want to be a drummer. I had a drum kit, I was shit at it, so I packed it in like every other fucking hobby I've tried. Just got no patience for hobbies, and yeah. But yeah, music's something that's very important to me. Now, unfortunately, I've just completely skipped over a load of things I would really like to talk about, because I love this level's aesthetic, and this was one of my honourable mentions in the top 10 levels of Spyro the Dragon, I do believe. Yes, I think it was.
Fairies are always on your side, Spyro.
Because I had to choose between this and Haunted Castle, and either this or Haunted Castle made me perfect. But I did mention them in the honourable mentions, and this level is absolutely gorgeous, especially in the original. The skybox is perfect. They've got this awesome aesthetic that's 100% perfect. Like for starters, you've got pink and blue, then you've got the gold as well. So it's got three sort of prime colours there, like colour schemes. You've got pink, blue, and gold, and you've got the white for the main sort of main feature. You've got the blue for the water. You've got this nice, gorgeous, very light green grass here. I think if it were any darker or lighter, it wouldn't work. It just, everything contrasts with everything nicely, but also not really contrasts that, but it works incredibly well together. You've got the gold detail and the steps here, and the arches here as well, and the portal there, with just the right amount of shading as well. And you've got areas like this that can stand out a bit more, and the gems stand out brightly enough as well, so you're not really going to be missing that many too easily. Also as well, there's some of the vortexes, or say whirligigs or whirlwinds, are multicolored because of the fairies we rescue. I should have mentioned earlier that that's one of the requirements of this level, so in order to basically get through, we have to rescue the fairies by destroying the cages. Some of which are suspended strangely in the air. If they'd attached a balloon to them, that might have been more plausible. Alas, it's not. This is the dream weavers. It's mental. I quite liked this dragon's art style in the Reignite trilogy.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
I don't like how the audio sort of just cut out there towards the end. I'm not sure if that's consistent in both the PAL version and the NTSC version, but yeah, it just seems a bit off, and it's a shame really because it could have been transition could have ended a lot cleaner. Right, so we just need the suggestion there. One of the most interesting suggestions stuff. It's so bloody lovely. It's so nice, and there's gems in the walls. Ah! Anyway. We do get a key, don't we? Yes, okay, great, so we can progress even further. First we've got to open the chest over here. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, there's 2 moons on this planet. You may have noticed. Planet in this realm. Could be another planet, I don't know. Now that's all fine and dandy, but why is that not reflected in the other zones? You know? So you got that one there, and you got one over there as well. Weird. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm thinking about, aren't I? Now, how do I navigate this? God almighty. I said it shouldn't be too hard to navigate, and then I get lost. Use that lip of the ledge there to just cover against that devil with the bow, rather. Fuck me.
Thank you for releasing me.
That's one of my favourite dragon designs there. I think we've got time to do maybe one more level, and then I'll have to call it quits after this part. And then, hopefully, actually, we should be on time for the fourth part. We should be able to get everything done in a reasonable amount of time. So we are. Oh, God, it's so nice. It really is. The bubblegum aesthetic is perfect in every way. I just want to quickly put on the headphones as well. I don't mind pausing the game. The music's the same as the PAL version that I know. I love the groan of the Norks as well. Now this is the ultimate aesthetic part. This is wonderful. There we go. And down there as well. If you fall on those on the sides of this place as well, you will you won't be able to land safely. You'll just fall into it. That's the slowest moving projectile of all time as well. Now I like what they tried to do with this part here, but unfortunately it's not very challenging. Also, the blood in the arrow gets washed away as the arrow is fired. But yeah, gosh. Sorry, I'm constantly distracted. That's what years of playing with the Dreamweavers does to you. I love these creatures. I prefer the design here than in the they deflate as well. Disappear into nothing. I love that. Ah, shit. Come on, John. Stay focused. I must admit, I have never taken so much damage in a game of Spyro ever. I have died more times. I have taken more damage than I care to admit. say I care to admit, I have just omitted. I don't want to wave goodbye to this level. But alas, I must. Well. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do one more level. We're now done. Let's see now. There's about. I'm just trying to think how many levels there are now. In fact, let me just have a look very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the. Right, so yeah, I'll do the flight and then. No, I won't. No, I won't, because that won't take 15 minutes to do. I'll do Jacques. That's what it's called. It's not any of the other spellings that people tell me. I am the Herald of the Amethyst Drake. I think I know what I'm fucking talking about, mate. So on to Jacques. The most horrific level in the game. The Reignite trilogy cannot compare to this. No way. They changed a lot of the designs of a lot of creatures here, well, a lot of the stuff that went on here, because it was so batshit insane, basically, that Toys for Bob could not, and I cannot blame them for this, replicate it. It's just fucking crazy. I mean, look at that again. Even more drooping towers, and God knows what. I don't know what these creatures are called. They have a name, but it is forbidden from saying because you summon them, and they will bring upon them the flames of the Drake if they are invoked. You do not invoke the flames of the Drake. Even here, I have to say, I love the patterns on their dress. Very nice. It's a smashing blouse you've got on. Yep, the music's just as batshit insane as it was in the original. It's in the Reignite trilogy, in the PAL version, I should say. So yeah, this level has some of the most annoying aspects to it, because you've got to jump up and charge and hope they don't hit you first, and hope you don't fall down this bottomless pit. And the colour scheme as well, fantastic. I mean, I must admit, I don't know how... I keep saying must admit, I apologise. I don't know how hard it is to make a lava aesthetic, but I mean, they've got the obsidian, they've got the cracks in the rock, you know, bursting with hellfire, and they've got the red and the orange and the purple. It all works together splendidly. More dragonoid failed experiments there. Going now. I can't remember which one of these guys I need to any but run. So one of these lowers the platform. So one of these raises the platform. And one of them lowers this one here that I'm about to jump on. There we go. Oh, just in time. So you need a synergy of the two to make sure you're getting across.
Thank you for releasing me.
That's quite alright. Unica or Unica. No idea. Another crazy part here. Again, the devs clearly didn't know what the hell they were doing, so they just said, hey, we need platforms here. Let's make ones float in the air like that. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, honestly, this was their first game. It's their platform game, rather. This is something its first platform game, because their first game was Disruptor Shooter, I believe. I must check that out. Yes, and they. I mean, to say that there were a lot of platform games with weird aesthetics, they did as well as they did to make this, to be honest. Yeah. It's like, I mean, I like how pragmatic the design is. It's like, everything exists for a reason. Why is that platform that shape? Well, it doesn't matter what shape it is. The point is the platform's there. Because we need this platform here to do this thing. Yeah? It's like, it doesn't make any sense that this guy is wearing those clothes in this climate. As long as that platform comes out and as long as we've got a mechanic that makes it do that. Okay, fine. Doesn't matter how crazy it is, at the end of the day, does it work? Yes. Are the platforms doable? So are the platforms, leapable? Yes. The jumps doable. Can the boss be beaten? Yes. Does it matter what it looks like? No. If ever you had to see a game where gameplay is way more important than graphics to the developers, it is this game. They do not care so much about trying to make the most presentable game in the world. What they want to do is make the most practical game. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have obviously tried to make a very beautiful game. Oh shit, I lost the key. Oh crap, it's over there. Oh wait, no, I've got the key. You shithead. Open the fucking chest next time, you prick. It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, they have obviously tried to make the details, they've tried to make a very good looking game. Like, just look at this. Of course they try to make a good looking game. But as well, they try to make one that works. And I think they've perhaps, due to time constraints, due to budgeting, they've had to scrap a lot of the cohesion,
Any advice before this battle?
For just raw gameplay.
A wise dragon once told me, aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Okay, thank you very much, person whose name I wasn't paying attention to. Yet another slogan. So this is Jacques, rather. I do beg your pardon, because I got it wrong there. I call him Jacques. I call him Jake. His name is actually Jacques. Although his friends call him Jacques. Does anyone know Jacques? Oh, Jocks was the other one. Jocks was the pronunciation that everyone told me it was. It's Jocks. It's Jacques. It's Jacques. I'm telling you, it's Jacques. Although I have heard Frere Jacques, so yeah. 500 gems, and that is Jacques done. So, there we have it. So there's the petty and spiteful adventures of Johnbonne and Spyro the Dragon. We only need another 300 gems and we've got 10,000 treasure. Oh, nice. And we need 5,000 to go to the next lobby, but we're not going to do that. At least not yet, because we've already exceeded that amount. And we need to do 2 more levels, so we'll get those done. So we need to do Haunted Place, Haunted Towers, and we need to do the Flight, and then that should be... Yeah, sorry, I'm just counting. Yes, we need to do the Flight, 2 more levels, and then we are done, pretty much. So I will see you in part 4. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, favourite enemy, that's what I'd like to know from you guys, and I'll have to come up with an answer. If I remember, and if I don't, would you expect any less from me? So yeah, now I don't know when part 4 is going to be out. It might be the week after this one, the week of the 20th of May. And even then I've got, holidays to attend to as well, so I don't know what's going on. But yes, thank you again, thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Ta for now.